The other top story today, the top management of Tata Steel UK testified before the UK Parliament today. The recently appointed CEO Bimlendra Jha made it clear that the company wanted to sell the UK business in whole and not in parts, confirming a story CNBC TV18 had done on the 7th of April. Jha also defended Tata Steel's position on the pension liability, stating that the UK government needs to step in and take on the burden. Here's a wrap of what was a very stormy testimony.
It's a trial by fire of Tata Steel's newly appointed CEO of its UK business. Testifying before the UK Parliament, Bimlendra Jha faced a barrage of questions on the proposed sale of assets. The most contentious issue continues to be the takeover of the pension liability, which is keeping buyers away. Tata Steel says the UK government must do more to address the issue.
We need to be aware that, first of all, if this pension fund liability is not taken care of, there is no buyer sitting out there to buy this business. And if we don't solve that problem, we are staring at some very, very bad consequences for the taxpayers of UK. Because all of that, somebody has to also take into consideration. It's not just a matter of the number of people employed by Tata Steel UK, but it is a matter of the entire supply chain dependent on that. Entire community is dependent on that. And I do not know who has done the arithmetic around the economic and social consequences of that kind of a disaster.
The UK government on its part has committed to co-investing up to 25% in Tata Steel's UK assets along with the buyer, but has so far given no commitment on shouldering the pension liability. Tata Steel also clarified that it was looking to sell the business in parts and not in whole, while retaining all employees.
In finding that solution for the whole, if there are some very small parts and independent parts, we can deal with it, but we would not deal with it that somebody says, leave alone Port Talbot and give us the rest. That's not a solution acceptable.
Responding to criticism that Tata Steel was rushing through with the sale process, the CEO clarified that there is no dead stop.
There are stage gate timelines. What's not there is the ultimate timeline. However, I have expressed that sense of urgency and we need to do something about it. Because otherwise, there is only one set of people in this room who pays the bill, and which is us. We have to remove uncertainty for our customers, for our employees, for our suppliers, for our shareholders. And therefore, being accused of accelerating the time frame, I think, is misplaced.
The ball, and a giant ball it is now in the hands of the UK government. Business Secretary Sajid Javid acknowledged as much at the meeting. He acknowledged that no new buyer will be able to take on the huge pensions liability, suggesting government support over the issue in some indirect form beyond the 25% stake it has committed to take on. Acknowledged also that the energy prices were unsustainable and the government has been under fire already over its policy of imports from China. So the government policy on steel under review, changes on the cards, but they will come too late for Tata. In London, Sanjay, Suri.